Welcome to the Holy Sports Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Rose, the Rose Show.
It's that ball bro from the NYC.
A lot of football to talk about. Hell of a weekend. AFC and NFC championship games. How about we start over in the AFC? Talk about the snow game. Patriots versus the Broncos. Broncos with Stidman, no Bo Nix. We all knew this was how this was going to end. It ended just the way it was. Drake May, New England Patriots headed to the Super Bowl. Rose, you over there shaking your head. How'd you feel about this one? Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's how the game was. It was terrible. it was terrible. I don't know, man. I really want to ask, like, how hurt and how broken was the ankle? Because it felt like yesterday, man, even 60% Bo Nix would have won the game against the Patriots. And I ain't gonna lie, it even felt like yesterday, Josh Allen. The Patriots didn't score nothing but 10 points. So It feels like Josh Allen, or if not, maybe even the Texans. Maybe the only team that probably wouldn't be able to beat them that was in the playoffs was the Steelers. It felt like any other team would have beat the Patriots yesterday, but they had Jarrett Stidham on the other side, and it just didn't work out. I don't know what he had in his mind. He thought he was the superhero. So,
throwing that pick at the end.
Yeah, because what really cost them was the fumble at the beginning when they scored the touchdown right after that. Because if you don't have that, then they don't. That's the only touchdown they scored the whole game. So that's just But shout out Drake May. He made the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. So
shout out to Drake May, Bob bro. What up, Minx Mayhem and Soto 619 over on Instagram. But Bob bro, how you feel about the Denver Broncos, New England Patriots, AFC championship game, and the Patriots headed to the Super Bowl?
I mean, like I think we're not surprised by the outcome. I mean, once we heard about Bo Nix being out for the season with his broken ankle, I mean, in the beginning, like Stidham looked okay. He had a good first drive, but it's just, he hasn't had an NFL start in almost 2 years. So I think even was it Tony Romo or Tom Brady said, like, when you're in practice wearing that red jersey, then compared to being a starter, you don't get those reps. You're not, there's nothing that will ever replace real game time experience right there, real game time reps right there. And you saw that he was struggling. He wasn't in sync on the timing with his receivers. He was a little too skittish in the pocket when he didn't have to be in that fumble, that little toss backwards. I mean, that was very that cost him the game, because in the second half, we saw in real time, Mother Nature said, "Oh, you mind if I scooch in here real quick?" And boom, that snowstorm just hit, man. The start of the third quarter, the grass was green. And then, like, the fourth quarter, man, it was like over here, like in New York and around the country right now. It was almost the whole field was covered in snow. Like, nobody was kicking anything. The winds were swirling. The elements were in play. And at that point, New England was just winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. They were able to run the ball. They were able to control the clock. So even if they weren't scoring, they were keeping the ball away from Denver, which forced them to push the envelope, throw a little bit more than they wanted to. So, I mean, I think we can agree if Bo Nix was playing, I think the Broncos winning this game easily. But you know what? I mean, you could say it's the elements, but they got 2 weeks to figure out their offense, because if they bring this effort to their opponent, we'll talk about in a sec, like for the Super Bowl, then it might be a long day for New England. But like you said, Drake May's going to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen, man. That's wild right there.
That is wild. Yeah, I feel like it's just not even fair. Bo Nix wasn't in the game. Knew this was going to be that case. I was hoping something maybe miraculous, some type of old school backup quarterback comes in and a legend is born, but not so much in this game. Patriots in the Super Bowl. Next up, their competitor for the Super Bowl, LA Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks. This game lived up to the expectations. High scoring. People said Sam Darnold wasn't that guy. I say people because it was me. I was one of them. I said it, but he threw 3 touchdowns, no interception. He did what he needed to do to get the job done. Seahawks are headed to the damn Super Bowl. Bro, how you feel about the NFC Championship game?
Before I even talk about the game, real quick, all the Jets fans out there, do not start to reclaim Sam Darnold right now. Oh no, hell no. You guys ran that dude out of town about seeing ghosts and Ghostbusters and all this crap. Like, no, you ran out of town too late to reclaim him.
Too late.
Messed up on him. You messed up his development. Adam Gase didn't help him out. That's gone. All right. It's time to turn the page on that right there. Number 2, Tyreek Woolen. What the hell were you thinking with that stupid unsportsmanlike penalty? You're up 2 possessions. I think what was it in the beginning of the fourth quarter? It was in the fourth quarter, I believe. And then guess what? I love what the Rams did. The very first play, deep ball to Puka Nacua on your head. That's exactly what you get. You know he was doing all the prayers, all the Hail Marys on the sideline, like, please bail me up, because he would have been the biggest clown of the year if they would have lost that game. But like you said, Sam Darnold balled out. He was no game manager. He was the reason that they won this game. He showed up in the biggest game of his career. Like you said, 3 touchdowns, almost 350 yards. I mean, this is like a Hallmark movie right here. You go down in the dumps from the Jets to the Panthers. And you won 14 games with the Vikings last year. They cut him loose, and he comes here again, wins 14 games in his first season with Seattle, and going to the Super Bowl right now. I mean, it's a great story, and I'm happy for Sam Darnold. I love good stories like this in the NFL, and I hope that Tyreek Woolen got all of Sam Darnold and all them offensive guys like gift baskets, like, thank you for bailing me out. Just don't do that stupid shit again, especially we got the Super Bowl coming up, man. That will cost you against the Patriots. Best believe it.
Definitely. Rose, how you feel about the Seattle Seahawks defeating the Rams and headed to the Super Bowl?
Well, Sam Darnold, he had a downfall and an upfall, and now he's in the Super Bowl before Josh Allen.
Why Josh Allen got just straight?
You right. And before and Lamar Jackson. I think Sam Darnold is a great quarterback. I think just the simple fact of you just end up with the Jets. And then after the Jets, you end up with the Panthers. And then after that, you go somewhere like 49ers. You see how something is ran, you know what I'm saying? You see how they do play, they do business and stuff, and then you actually get a chance with Minnesota, and you actually, Minnesota really should have probably signed them back, to be honest. Just with JJ McCarthy and everything that's going on there, and now Justin Jefferson may be upset with that situation now. When you had Sam Darnold in the building, you should have signed him. You should have re-signed him. But Seattle, they definitely ended up winning. They took a gamble on him by giving him a big contract, and they won, basically. Because just the fact of he goes out there, he actually wins games for them, which is so much what you ask for an NFL quarterback, a star quarterback, to do, is he win games. JSN is amazing. He may be the best wide receiver like in the NFL right now. Kenneth Walker is definitely underrated as a running back. I think because the offense is not built around him, a lot of people forget about how good he is. Yep. The Rams, man, they fought so hard, but it just wasn't enough. So
wasn't enough.
It just wasn't it.
Off to Cancun for them.
Real quick before we move on to the next topic, Sam Darnold going to the Super Bowl 2018 draft class. That means that he officially is gone to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen, before Lamar Jackson, before Baker Mayfield. He's the first quarterback in that draft class to go to Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was about to say they all in the draft class. And the thing is, like I said, he went through a whole career, like a whole downfall, and building himself back up.
But
and still the first one to make it.
Isn't it crazy what happens when, I don't know, you get a good coach and a good organization that believes in you, from the front office to the ownership to the coach, all levels. The Jets did not have that, and the Panthers didn't. Panthers didn't have that. The 49ers, like you said, they saw a little something. You saw a little glimpse. Like he has all the talent in the world, from from his quick release, his arm strength, like to his mobility, like he has all the talents to be a top 5 quarterback in the league. Now he's in the perfect situation. You got JSN, you got Kenneth Walker, you got Barner at tight end. Hey, don't forget Cooper Kupp as well, scored a touchdown as well. That's just gonna help JSN's progression and growth as a receiver. Like Cooper's like one of the best route runners in the game. So you see a little bit of that in JSN. Like he's just gonna get better with time going forward. So I mean, hey, Sam Darnold, congrats to him, and I'll just say it right now. I'm going Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Oh man, he done jumped the gun.
I'm jumping the damn gun,
Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. The matchup is set. The New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks. Bro, your first initial reaction to this Super Bowl matchup.
Okay, I don't know if you guys saw this on social media on Twitter, but remember at the beginning of the season, they posted a picture of like everyone's star players like looking at the Levi Stadium for the Super Bowl. You zoom in on that picture. Who are the 2 players in front of that picture? Freaking Sam Darnold and Drake May. This was written in script. This was predicted by the NFL script writers. So yeah, you got that. But this right here, I mean, I'm on the Sam Darnold train right here. Like I said, who doesn't love a great redemption arc, not just in football, but in life in general? You had the unfortunate act of being drafted by the New York Jets. You almost get ruined and run out of town by Adam Gase. And then, he went to the Panthers. I mean, the least said about them is probably the better. Then, you saw the upswing going to San Francisco for like half a year, work under Shanahan, and then I'm sure he put a good word out there. Going to Minnesota, 14 wins. I mean, I think we can agree it's a mistake that they went with McCarthy over Darnold, and look what he's doing right now. Like I said, he has everything from the talent, the coaching, the ownership, GM. They built this team pretty good, and I think just all levels, in my opinion, from playmakers to quarterback. I know Vrabel is a good coach. He's had long playoff runs, but you know what? I think overall, I'm giving the Seahawks the advantage both offensively. I think defensively they have enough to contain the running game a little bit. And but yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl.
Seahawks for ball, bro. Rose, when you heard this matchup, Drake May, Sam Darnold, your initial reaction was?
Man, congratulations to either one of them because they're gonna get a Super Bowl ring before Josh Allen.
Why you keep getting strays? He ain't even on the show.
He's like, he put it in, he just keeps twisting.
Man, what Josh Allen do to you?
Nah, but I agree with Bob, bro. If New England come out there and play like they played yesterday, it's gonna be a long Super Bowl. It's gonna be a long time. I think Drake May and the offense is so good. I'm not gonna lie. Jarrett Stidham was really supposed to kick their ass yesterday. That defense is not good at this point. And the offense, it just feels like the Patriots. It feels like the Patriots are in the middle of building something, and it feels like the Seahawks are pretty much done building. So it just feels like this is time for the Seahawks to go out there and just win the Super Bowl and for Sam Darnold to win the ring. In which if a couple years ago, maybe a year after his rookie season or second year, you would have said he's winning the Super Bowl, they'll probably look at you crazy. You probably wouldn't believe it. But I mean, hey, they also thought Adam Gase was a good coach. So.
That they did. We're going to dive deep into the Super Bowl later next week. Give predictions, analysts, breakdown. I got some guests on. We're going to talk Super Bowl crazy next week, but this is the bye week. But let's jump into some coaching changes. Pittsburgh Steelers hire Mike McCarthy. This could be a sign that Aaron Rodgers possibly stays. His old coach is here. Maybe give it one more year. I'm not for sure about that. But, Rose, your thoughts on Mike McCarthy teaming up with the Steelers?
Yeah. The crazy thing is that their relationship is not that good, really, because of the situation the situation, people feel like Aaron got him fired in Green Bay. So that's how he lost his job to begin with. I think it's weird for the Steelers to hire him because you see They got Chuck Noll. They got of course the coach before that, strong collar Shaw Jaw. And then you get Mike Tomlin. And then like you go, like you hire a 62-year-old like Mike McCarthy. That's just kind of weird. It kind of feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like they didn't see nobody young enough or somebody they feel like committing to in long term, like they usually commit. So they put a call out to Mike McCarthy, and he'll just get them over probably like the next 3-4 seasons, whatever. He's a bridge coach to the next coach, to be honest. I don't. Do I see Aaron Rodgers come back? I know that the owner said the door is open for him to come back. At this point, it's like, why? You're putting off a rebuild. Like, you need to rebuild.
Right.
Like, you just had Mike Tomlin step down. You got Hayward and TJ Watt, they aging. They probably need to be traded or whatever. It just feels like you need to rebuild. You don't have an offense right now, basically. Right. Don't feel like you got nobody on that offense at all. You just need to rebuild at this point, and it just feels like it feels weird for them to hire Mike McCarthy though. Like,
right, definitely.
It just feels weird. But shout out to him because he's able to coach. Say he coached Green Bay, the Cowboys, and the Steelers. Yeah, those are 3 like premier teams of the NFL. So that's interesting.
Shout out to Mike McCarthy. He's a good interviewer. Bob, bro, how you feel about McCarthy in Pittsburgh?
This is one of the most uninspiring coaching hires I have seen in a long time. Because you look at this way, like they move on from Mike Tomlin, and what was the big negative against Tomlin? Like he's the middle of the pack, like 8-9, 9-8, and basically who do you replace him with? A coach who's been like 8-9, 9-8. You replace him with the same type of coach, but the offensive version. And also one who is older than Mike Tomlin. So like you said, this isn't a step forward. I don't think it's a step back. This is a lateral move right here because I'm sorry. you look at, let's be honest, you look at the landscape of the NFL right now. Who else is the slam dunk hire that we could say for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now? Like it's thin pickings out there. So, Rose might be onto something. Maybe this is a bridge hire right now. You know what? Let's just stabilize the next couple of years. Whatever happens. But I guarantee you they're going to keep their eyes open on the next big coaching prospect, whether it's a young coordinator, defensive coordinator, or maybe like the next big thing out of college football. I mean, you never know. But yeah, I'm sorry, this is an uninspiring hire right here because you let go of a mediocre coach. I mean, all respect, that's what Tomlin was towards the end, for another mid and mediocre coach right there. And I'm sorry, I wouldn't bring back Aaron Rodgers. I would see what you got in Will Howard. I mean, I hear so much negativity about dude. He was a national champion at Ohio State. He looked good. What's wrong with seeing I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be another year older. He doesn't have the mobility anymore. Like he can't do it anymore. So I would just bite the bullet this year. If I can't get a quarterback, this is a very weak quarterback draft, in my opinion. Let's be honest. After Mendoza, it's like, who else really? I mean, I would maybe trade some pieces, get some trade assets for next year, see what you got, Will Howard, and just see what happens. But yeah, now Mike McCarthy, this is a lateral move. This is the most uninspiring hire that they could have possibly done.
Definitely. I agree with you, man. Shout out Wicken in comments. And everybody else over there. My bad, I'm about to start posting them. But he was not the only hire. We also Tennessee Titans hire Robert Chicken Marsala. Wait, not Chicken Marsala. That's a dish out of Olive Garden. What am I talking about here? Robert Saleh. Yeah, that's the guy. Robert Saleh. New head coach of the Tennessee Titans. He was formerly the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, who made it very far in the playoffs with broken pieces, but he held it together. He's responsible for that. And they got him a head coaching gig in Tennessee. Rose, how you feel about Robert Saleh getting a head coaching job and as the former number one pick as his quarterback?
Yeah, man, I do feel good to see Vin Diesel get another job again. It just, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, this is another person that he got fired. So it does feel good to for him to get another chance. The way he coached up that 49ers defense is crazy. The fact that he was even able to coach up a defense and bring in Eric Kendricks that came out the street, like, and put him in the game and actually beat the Eagles, because they beat the Eagles. That defense beat the Eagles. That's the reason why the Eagles lost. Is to beat the Eagles in the playoffs. That is impressive. And hopefully he can build something up in Tennessee. And he does got Cam Ward, which is a great quarterback, I think. I think the only thing is I would want to see who the offensive coordinator is, because I think that's going to be the next important part. I think he can run the defense, but he does need a good offensive coordinator at this point, and he'll actually be in control of the show, because when he had the Jets defense pretty good. So hopefully he can build the same thing in Tennessee.
Definitely, definitely. Bob, bro, how you feel about Robert, new head coach, Tennessee Titans?
I mean, listen, we saw this past year in San Francisco. I mean, he's a great defensive mind, great defensive coach. So I think it'll definitely be a plus for the Titans. But the most important thing is that he has to find somebody for to help on the growth of Cam Ward, and you need a good offensive coordinator to help take him to the next level, help take that offense to the next level. I think it starts in the draft, though. They need a receiver for him, because I don't think like, you still have Calvin Ridley there. He's towards the end of it. Like, they need a new number one from him. It's going to be a couple of years, so hopefully the Titans ownership is patient with Salah. I hope they are. But I mean, you saw at the end of the year what Cam Ward can do. He has all the ability to make all the throws and the playmaking abilities. He can't keep this Titans team in games, but I say he needs another receiver, needs to rebuild that O line a little bit, give him some more time, more protection, so he's not running for his life. But I mean, we should see, I think, significant improvement from the Titans defense going forward. But I like the hire. I mean, listen, anything's a damn positive or an upgrade than coaching the Jets at this point. So I think even Tennessee, they got their new stadium, I think, next year. So, little excitement, a little buzz. Cam Ward hopefully continues to improve, and hopefully things improve for the Titans going forward.
Definitely, definitely. You can only go up from where they're at right now. So we shall see. Lamar Jackson, he caught a stray earlier for not winning the title. Well, he's got a new coach, Jesse Mentor. He is the new head coach for the Baltimore Ravens. He'll be steering the ship. Rose, how you feel about Mentor to the Baltimore Ravens?
Just reading stuff about Mentor, it seems like he is kind of a whiz kid to everybody else in the NFL, to all the coaches and everybody else. They think his football IQ is high. He did go ahead and he did lead the Chargers to impressive defense. So that's one thing that Baltimore needs bad, is that they need a new defense, and he'll definitely come in there, implement his thing. The way people talk about this coach, man, not gonna lie, man, if push comes to shove, and if Lamar don't get nothing done, it might be time to shift to Lamar, because once you get rid of the coach, that nothing changes after the coach leaves. It's time to start looking at the players and the personnel on the roster.
Damn, I couldn't imagine Lamar somewhere else, but we shall see. Ball, bro, Mentor to Baltimore. How you feel about it?
I like the hire, actually. I think it's a youthful injection of like young energy. I think that Baltimore franchise needs. I mean, anytime when you move on from a coach almost a couple of decades, like I said, the message gets a little stale, the words get a little old, when you hear the same message over and over again. So you get a new voice, you get a new message in the locker room. And I'm looking at right now, I think he had a top 5 defense as far as yardage allowed in with the Chargers. He has experience, working in Harbaugh, not just with the Chargers, but at Michigan as well. So he does have that trust factor, at least that Harbaugh saw on him. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm with Rose right here. I mean, if Lamar did have have a hand in Harbaugh not being there anymore in Baltimore. And like I said, we get to a point in the season where the team is kind of moving the same, especially like Lamar in that offense. That it might be time to like look at Lamar and be like, should we make, maybe consider our future going forward. But I think the defense definitely needs it. I mean, the Ravens defense has been unrecognizable, I'd say, the past 3-4 years. That's their calling card right there. Top 5 defense, hard hitting, covering like from sideline to sideline. But it just isn't the same, whether it's the talent or the scheme. Like something badly needed to change. And you look at the division right now, it's all in flux right now. Like McCarthy with the Steelers, and now Minter with the Ravens, the Browns. Nobody wants to take that damn job right now. And unfortunately, the Bengals are still stuck with Zach Taylor. I mean, this could be a quick turnaround for the Ravens where they go from just missing the playoffs to right back in it. It doesn't take a lot in this division, so we'll see. I think Minter will be good for the Ravens.
Definitely. Wicken saying that he was hoping Shula from the Rams would have gone to Baltimore or Pittsburgh. To be honest, that would have been a damn good fit.
I think Pittsburgh. They blundered the hiring process. I would have gone with Shula in my opinion. Like, I mean, was he like mid late 30s? I mean, that's exactly what you got with Tomlin those 2 years ago. You got a young coordinator around the same age. Like I said, you move on from Cowher to Tomlin, like the old message getting a little stale. You get some youthful injection in there in the entire organization. It worked out for them, and I think Shula could have potentially done the same thing with Pittsburgh. But like I said, uninspiring hiring. Mike McCarthy going forward, it's a lateral move right there, in my opinion.
Definitely. Well, that's all the news for us. Like I said, stay tuned. We're going to be breaking down the Super Bowl in detail. But this weekend to be exact, February 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively on YouTube, is our yearly show. This is the second annual one of it. It's called The Holies, where we give out awards to professional wrestlers, content creators, and now, since we are in the sports world, we do have sports nominees. So head to YouTube right now, vote for Male Athlete of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year, Team of the Year, and Game of the Year. Right now, results will be on the Holy Shhh podcast, the Holies, second annual, February 1st, 2026, right here on YouTube. But yeah, that's that. Till next time, though, it's been real. It's your boy AB from DET.
That Ballboro for the NYC.
It's your boy Rose, the Rose Show.
You guys have been tuned in to the Holy Sports Podcast. Peace.